Why, hello there. Welcome to Spoiler Piece Theater, the podcast that doesn't give a shit about spoilers. We just want to talk about the movies. My name is Dave Riedel. My pronouns are he, him. I've done a lot of movie-related stuff in my life, and I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association.
My name is Evan Crean, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm co-chair of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, co-author of Your 80s Movie Guide to Better Living, and co-host of the It's the Pictures podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about one new release coming out today. But before we do that, wanted to mention over on Ye Old Patreon, Evan suggested we cover the 2024 thriller Relay with Riz Ahmed and Lily James and Sam Worthington, I guess. And it's a fucking banger. We had a lot of fun watching it and talking about it. So
yeah, we did.
Please do go check that out if you are a patron. If you're not a patron, please consider becoming one. It is merely $5 a month to get an extra episode where we yap about yappity stuff, and we also, which is to say movies, and we do a poll once a month for you to vote on movies that we're going to watch. So that's coming up soon. But today we are talking about the new Gore Verbinski. I say his name like that because of Ask a Pirate. So you should Google that if you don't know what it is. But Gore Verbinski is back after not directing a movie for 8-9 years. I don't know. It's been a while. And
was it The Lone Ranger was his last one?
I think that was the last one, which you would think would be the last one, but it wasn't.
No.
But it did take 9 years. I'm sure, I mean, he's directed so many fucking huge blockbuster movies that I'm sure he wasn't in director jail for too long. He's probably just trying to get something off the ground that didn't go. I don't care.
Cure for Wellness was actually his last one.
Which one was that one?
This says, stockbroker unravels terrifying secrets of a mysterious Swiss spa where guests never leave.
Man, I have no fucking idea what that
Dane
is.
Dane DeHaan, Jason Isaacs, Mia Goth. Yeah, I missed
Dane
that
DeHaan?
one.
When was the last time you saw him in anything? 2017? I mean...
he was in that Staircase show. The one about the Staircase murder.
The thing that I know about him the most, though, is the bad Spider-Man movies that he's in. The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. I really wish his last name were Spider-Man so that you could say Spider-Man and have him correct you. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, good old Gore Verbinski is back. Yes, Cure for Wellness. So that was 2016. Jesus Christ. Yep. Before that, The Lone Ranger. Before that, Rango. Well, of course, it's Rango. I didn't fucking see Rango. Yeah, then 2 shitty Pirates of the Caribbean sequels. The Weatherman. I like The Weatherman. I like that movie. Did you ever see it?
Nope.
Nicolas Cage and Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is directed by Gore Verbinski. It's written by Matthew Robertson. It stars Sam Rockwell, Zazie Bates, Haley Lou Richardson, Juno Temple, Michael Pena. That's right. I remember when he showed up, I was like, Michael Pena. And then I'm like,
yeah. As
we got into the movie further, I was like, oh, Michael Pena.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasted. Often wasted resource.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a movie about basically how AI has taken over the future and the future is shitty. And Sam Rockwell is a survivor from the future who comes back to the past to try to knock out the AI before it becomes completely self-aware. Isn't that what it is, basically?
Yeah, basically like plug in some safeguards to like stop it as it becomes self-aware so it doesn't, run away with things.
Right. So he goes into this diner. He looks like a homeless person. He says he's wired with, explosives. And he recruits 6 people each time he's going to go try to find the actual place where the AI is being programmed so they can basically hotwire a bug into it to, at the very least, slow it down so that it doesn't destroy the future. And he recruits Zazie Bates and Haley Lou Richardson and Michael Pena and Juno Temple. And they all have tragic to semi-tragic to stupid backstories.
Right, that you learn in piecemeal.
Yeah, this movie doesn't go in a linear fashion, and it's kind of a, Sam Rockwell's name is first on the poster, but I think because it's kind of an ensemble piece, he ends up having as much screen time as everybody else, but he's always there as part of the ensemble where everybody else gets their own storylines.
Right.
And that feels like kind of a cheat. Yeah, Evan, why don't you kind of like lay down the I was going to say the law, but this is not a law thing. Why don't you give us the
law?
Yeah, why don't you give somebody should lay down the fucking law on good luck, have fun, don't die. But we'll get to that. What is this it's not a caper because it's not a crime movie, but it's you get these 6 people from a diner and he chooses 6 different people every time.
Right. When we're coming in, this is what the 117th time he's done this,
117th or 107th or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he's like, some guy volunteers and he's like, no, I'm just going to say his name's Jim, even though I don't think that's his name. No, Jim, you're the fucking worst because you've got a bad knee and you keep that from me until we're in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
And that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, why don't you go ahead and
I'll do my best. It's pretty convoluted, but yeah, basically this is his 117th time doing this, so he knows everybody in there, and that's how he kind of everyone thinks that he's wired with a bomb, so they're scared and they want to call the cops, and one of the waitresses does, and there's standoff with the cops outside. They have to get out of the diner. But yeah, he recruits a ragtag team of people, although apparently in this iteration, he has not worked with Susan, who's Juno Temple, and he has not worked with Ingrid before, who was Haley Lou Richardson. And she is dressed, he calls her princess because she's dressed in a princess outfit, but like she's soaked through because it's been like raining outside. And so yeah, let's see. They start trying to figure out how the hell they're going to get out of there. There's a guy who's like a Boy Scout leader that's got a gun, and he ends up running outside and getting himself shot, killed. I think
immediately. Yeah,
yeah. And he's like, "Oh, normally gets away. That's too bad." But then Susan has this insight that there's a trap door in the office in the diner, and they can use that to a tunnel to get out. And he's initially very skeptical of that because he's like, the fuck? No one has ever told me about this before. How do you know about this? And it turns out she has her own fucking weird ass backstory where her son was killed in a school shooting, and there's some type of weird program where they clone kids after they've died in school shootings, and you get a new version of them. And she goes to some weird parent support party where they all like talk about their cloned children. There's like this couple, it's like their 4th kid. And they're like, you get to pick stuff about them. So we just randomly made her Muslim and made her tall and funny, and we have fun with it. It's fucking weird. It's like a really, really bad episode of Black Mirror that's like not done very well. And for me, as an aside, like I was enjoying the movie up until that part, and then I was like, oh boy, what are we doing here? We're going off into this like part of the movie that's not done very well, doesn't have anything interesting to say, and is just sucking you out of the story. And it feels like everyone's kind of backstories are like that. I found the one with Michael Pena and Zazie Bates more fun because they're teachers, and he like touches a student's screen in class and they all turn into zombies that are like chasing him, basically.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty funny. But other than that, yeah. I didn't even fucking... Dave and I were texting about this before. When I did not recognize Juno Temple until embarrassingly far into the movie because they don't make her look in any way like Juno Temple looks. I was like, wait a minute. That's Juno Temple that I've been watching this entire time? I had no fucking clue.
Yeah. Well, she's one of those people who looks much different as an adult than she did as a kid. And because you kind of forget, maybe because she looks so different, and then she kind of went away for a while, but now she's back. And just like when she was younger, when she was in everything, and then she disappeared for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. And now she's been back for that long, and she's in everything.
Right.
She's
yeah.
everywhere.
No, I mean, I think of her from Ted Lasso as
Yeah.
Keely from Ted Lasso, and that's very memorable, but very different from this role. So, yeah. So they're kind of working their way through to get to this house where there's this 9-year-old kid that is making this AI and encountering all kinds of obstacles along the way. There's these fucking guys with like AK-47s wearing pig ski masks, and one of them gets killed while they're trying to. There's a crazy like hobo with a machete on a roof that they're not supposed to wake up, but then they do. He like gives them a warning, like, don't go to this roof with the sleeping guy. Don't wake him up. Then they do. And I think he ends up getting like thrown off the building or some shit.
And then the other guy gets run over because he forgot to put the parking brake on his car, and the car rolled back. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. There was that. And I forget what other shit happens in between, but they make it to the house across the street, and they're starting to feel like, maybe we can do this. And then Sam Rockwell's like, yeah, but don't get too excited because there's all kinds of crazy shit that's going to go wrong. And he just starts like rattling off like insane scenarios of like things that could have happened in previous iterations. And this one, they're like, no, maybe they'll be like kitties or bunnies or some shit like that. And there's like, or maybe it'll be a centaur. And then it turns out it's like a centaur with like a cat's head, but it's giant and it's like eating people. And then there's like the zombie
its neck is made of kittens. I mean,
yeah, its neck is made of kittens. Yeah. It's all the things
really
that they
ugly
said.
And unappealing. And it also has a fucking huge nutsack because it's a giant. And it's like, really? This is what we're doing?
Right. Yeah. And then let's see. So Susan, the Juno Temple character, has been guided this entire time by the computer voice of her dead son that they like. She got some hard drive and he's been like telling her what to do and guiding her on this journey for some reason or another. Because I guess he's gonna help take this thing down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he would, considering the AI probably made his clone.
Right. But then basically Michael Pena and Zazie Bates like break off from the group and you lure away the zombie high schoolers so that the rest of them can get inside the house. But Ingrid, Haley Lou Richardson, has a literal allergy to technology, and so she can't make it all the way into the room with the kid. Otherwise she just starts bleeding from the nose. There's this really weird encounter when they get inside where there's like two people pretending to be the kid's parents, like putting out dinner, and then one of them takes out a shotgun, and they're like, they have to, I don't know, they like kill them or chase them off and make their way down to the basement, and then there's just like crazy, chaotic things going on down there.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell pulls a shotgun on them, and then the guy playing the dad, stabs a meat thermometer into the Uber driver's head. And of course, it reads 98.6, which is mildly humorous, I thought. And then in sort of like the one thing that I found truly well directed and edited is when Sam Rockwell re-pulls the shotgun and then blows the guy away and he flies into the refrigerator. I just kind of liked the shot choices, the camera angles. I thought the effect of the guy flying back from the force of the shotgun was good. But please continue.
Yeah. Let's see. So as I mentioned, Ingrid has an allergy to technology. We see that in the backstory, and that's why she dresses up as a princess, because she wants to work with kids, because kids don't really have cell phones. And so she can dress up as a princess and go to birthday parties and be okay, until now more and more children are getting cell phones, and that's even ruining that. She also has this boyfriend that she meets who's like kind of anti-technology too, and he gets this VR headset that I guess the AI is somehow controlling, and so he gets addicted to it, and he decides he's going to go like live in the AI world and leave her behind. And
that's when she goes off to the diner, and that's how she ends up in the diner.
Yeah. And then it also turns out, by the way, that Ingrid is Sam Rockwell's mother, because in the future she has him and keeps him away from all of the technology, but then he accidentally gets his mother killed. And so he's by the technology, because he like picks up the VR headset and puts it on, and then it like fires a missile at her where she's staying. And so he's like, I gotta fix all this stuff. And I don't even remember a lot of the particulars. This was at this point I had like lost most of my interest in what was going on in the movie. But there's a lot of chaos where them like trying to like plug the, safeguards in in, and then Haley Lou Richardson's got to do it, and she's bleeding from the face, and then they do it, but it seems like they didn't do it. I forget where it all kind of ended up at the end.
It's the somehow it looks like a USB drive that Sam Rockwell has that they're supposed to plug in. And it turns out the thing was fake, or it was a ruse or something like that, so that the AI, it would trick them into thinking that they had stopped the AI, but they actually hadn't. And when they leave the house after they think they've conquered the AI and everything is just too spiffy, he realizes that everything's gone bad, and so he pushes the plunger on the bomb, which turns out not to be a bomb. It's just this thing that, I don't know,
allows him to reset, right, to go back again and try again.
To reset and go back again, and then the movie starts all over. And Evan, do you want to talk about how you felt about it, or should I?
Dave, why don't you? Because I feel like you had some very strong feelings about this movie.
I found this movie I found this movie contemptible, despicable, tasteless, fucking stupid, really pleased with itself, and just a fucking waste of my time. Like in a really profound way. This is a movie that thinks it's saying profound things about artificial intelligence. Things that we've all thought or said or read about already.
Right.
It is trying to deal with them in the most forced humor, but it's not actually funny sort of way.
Right.
Everything is shock value, but nothing shocks because you can see it coming a mile away. Like it just the callous disregard for human life in this movie. The fucking weird ass choice to make school shootings a joke.
Yeah, that was truly bizarre to me.
I know that the idea is that we've all become so numb to them and feel like we can't do anything about them that you sort of have to turn it into, well, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry kind of thing. And they even play that up with the two parents who have the daughter who's been cloned for a fourth time or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the mother in particular starts nearly crying when she's describing some of the things that's happened. And it's like, I know that this is supposed to be funny while also making you think, but it's really just fucking despicable. It's fucking gross. It is just... It's not, I mean, at least anti-humor, which is one of my favorite things in the world, is not funny on purpose, and that's kind of the joke. This is just like a really bad idea, poorly thought through. And then they take everything to the most absurd level. Like you can have your kid cloned, but he's also going to, he's going to do an ad once a day, when in reality, it's more like he does an ad 6 times a day because he keeps talking about the same fucking fruit drink all the time.
Yeah. Black Mirror has already done that. It's just like all that whole section of the movie just feels like a bad Black Mirror episode. Like shit that they've already done, already covered, had way more interesting things to say about. And yeah, it kind of feels like a distraction narratively too, because it's not really saying anything interesting about AI either. And like you said, it's not funny and it's not poignant, and it's really frustrating that's whole subplot in the movie.
Yeah. It's just I just found that whole thing, so I was already not on board with the movie. And then when we got to that, I was just like, I'm out. I don't really think there's anything this movie can do that will make me think they didn't do that, Like, I fucking hated this, Evan. I mean, but you know that because you saw my texts.
Right. Yeah.
I thought the score was fucking wretched in the most ear-splitting, fake, forced whimsy. It just made me angry. Like, Oh my god. It's like how in the late 80s and the early 90s they had all of those scores and, comedies. I'm putting comedies in air quotes. Movies like House Sitter, for example, where there's like an oboe that's supposed to suggest whimsy. And this is just like the 2026 equivalent of that. There's no oboes, but it's just like this jarring, it's just the fucking worst.
Yeah, it's like heavy guitars and like synths and stuff like that, and like
and just some of the on-screen violence was just so tasteless. Like the way they shot and killed the woman who just wanted to eat pie. I was just like, this is not funny. I mean, she doesn't have enough of a character for me to care about her, but at the same time, they're sort of killing her in a way that, they've sort of set this up so that Sam Rockwell can be like, well, everyone's going to die anyway, so does it really matter? And that's just gross. I mean, that's the other thing. This movie, I have described other movies recently in the same way, which is to say that they're glib. But
this movie is very glib.
This movie is so glib. I think that glib might be. This might be my new biggest insult for a movie. Just like it's smarmy. Glib and smarmy kind of can live side by side, I think this, but being glib, I think, is worse than being smarmy. That's just, one man's opinion. But I just fucking hated this. I hated it. Like, I really just could not believe that anybody thought this was a good idea. And I am not like a Gore Verbinski fan. Like, a lot of people seem to like really fucking love Gore Verbinski. And I'm like, he's fine, whatever. He directs big budget action comedies, basically. I think that he directed Pirates of the Caribbean well. I think it had a better than it ever possibly deserved screenplay, which was still 20 minutes too long. Just like this movie is 20 minutes too long. This movie is 2 hours and 14 minutes, Evan. Why is it that long?
It's way too fucking long. Way too fucking long.
I mean, just everything. It's got the pace of fucking lead.
Yeah. It just feels like it's droning on toward the end of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I know why because he did The Ring. He did The Ring, American Ring, right? I think he did.
Oh, did he?
I think he did. Which I saw and did not love, by the way. I remember I wanted to see Mouse Hunt because I had liked Nathan Lane in whatever the fucking movie is with Robin Birdcage. And I was like, I'll go see Mouse Hunt. And I was like 22, 23 or whatever. Hated that. Didn't know that he directed The Mexican. Went and saw that. Hated that. The Mexican is over 2 hours long. The Mexican with Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts. Didn't really care for The Ring. Really liked Pirates of the Caribbean. Still too long.
Good. Solid though. Really solid movie.
I like The Weatherman a lot. It's like one of those weird, it's a comedy, but it's also kind of a drama kind of things. Michael Peña's in that, by the way.
Nice.
Wait a minute. No, is Michael Peña in that? No, he's not. Pardon me. Yeah, I just fucking hated the shit out of this. I hated it. There were a few things, like I said, that I thought the homeless man with a knife was kind of, or machete or whatever he was. I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, it was just this sort of, it was so absurd in a movie that's trying so hard to be absurd that I was just like, this one I kind of buy, because why wouldn't there be a homeless guy in a roof with a machete? I mean, why not?
Right. And why wouldn't that be something you've already encountered before and thought, fuck, we definitely should avoid that.
Yeah. And just, everything, Haley Lou Richardson, she bleeds whenever there's technology, which, always happens coincidentally whenever the plot needs it to. I mean, it's just so clunky, and you can see the stitching, and it fucking sucks, and I hated it. There you go. I did like it when he punched the kid, actually. That made me laugh. I was pretty sure that was something like that was going to happen, and then it did. But the way in which it happened, and the way Sam Rockwell the kid screams at him, and then Sam Rockwell just freaks out and punches him, and then he's like, well, I live in a place where, you have to have fast reflexes or you'll die, or something like that. And I just
was quite funny. He's like knocked the kid out.
But otherwise, I just didn't enjoy one fucking minute of this. You know? Did you enjoy any minutes of this?
I was enjoying the beginning part in the diner. I mean,
Mm.
I think largely due to Sam Rockwell. He can make stuff like that really funny, especially this like idea. I think he even made a Footloose reference. I believe he did in way back where he was talking about like I need a hero.
Yeah, he said something. Yeah, I remember. He made a couple references to other things.
Right. And so I feel like he can kind of work that I'm the live wire kooky energy where you're like, is this guy for real? Is he really from the future or is he just some, whacked out guy off the street?
Yeah.
And the little tidbits of information that he was dropping about the people in previous iterations and working with them, I found that all quite entertaining.
I did.
But,
I like that too, how he knew
yeah,
things about them. Yeah.
But as soon as we were yanked out into the Juno Temple portion, I was like, oh no, this is terrible. And then for me, it was just like, I don't think I really recovered after that. I started liking the movie less and less and less as the time went on. And by the end, I was so utterly bored and I just didn't care. And I felt exactly like you, with the exception of actually, I did enjoy the score, but I can see what you're saying about it being overbearing. The it's long, it's boring, it doesn't have anything interesting to say about AI. Like you said, it's all fucking been there, done that, lowest hanging fruit, common denominator shit. Like they even make that comment. There's even some type of comment that I feel like is like straight out of Terminator 3 when he's like, "Wait, I thought we stopped Judgment Day." He's like, "Negative, you just postponed it." And they like make that same comment. Like it's always the sentience is going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's like you can't stop it from happening. But it's just like at that point, it just feels like gobbledygook when just a bunch of shit's flying around a room and they're trying to like plug a thing in the thing, and just I was just so utterly out of fucks by that point.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And just, Haley Lou Richardson can't go into the room because of all the technology. And it's like, all right, well, how long do I have to fucking wait until she decides that she's just going to come in anyway and save them? And it's like, good Lord. And then when, of course, but I have known since, I'm not really sure. I think I just must have figured it out during her flashback when, the boyfriend who's an asshole is like, we should have, they've just had sex because they watched a beautiful sunrise. And he's like, we should have a baby. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, let's have a baby. And then he gets the technology. And of course, he wants nothing to do with anything anymore. And I was just like, well, there's Sam Rockwell's mom. Duh. Well, yeah. And of course she is.
And why are we watching their sex scene through the mattress? That is one of the oddest choices I've ever seen in a movie.
I would describe that, Evan, as classic Gore Verbinski. Just you have an opportunity to make something fun or funny or cool or sexy, and you decide, nah, I'm not going to do any of that. Here's the fucking mattress springs like I'm a fucking 13-year-old writing a comic book. Fuck you.
There's a joke that I have with Shauna when we're watching the Vince Gilligan shows like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, because there's always really interesting shot choices and things. It was like, what does the vending machine think about this? What does this think about it? It would be like, what does the mattress think about this? But like, this is the most like ham-fisted, stupid thing. And whenever there's something like that in Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, it's the most entertaining fucking thing in the world. Like you watch someone put a quarter in a vending machine and you're watching it like roll around through the inside of the vending machine to like get the soda. That's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, not the what does the inside of the mattress look like while it's squeaking while these two people are fucking. That's just fucking idiotic.
I know. And there was another thing that like I actually wrote this down because it irritated me so much. It's the scene when Haley Lou Richardson meets the boyfriend because he's the pizza delivery guy. Mm-hmm. And it's a birthday party. He's late with the pizzas, and the guy who's throwing the birthday party, the dad, is like angry in it, and he's like, "I'm sorry, your name." The delivery guy says, "I'm sorry, your neighborhood's hard to find." And he says, "Well, why don't you just Google it and use Google Maps or whatever?" And then I wrote these down because these are quotes. "I don't believe in phones," to which the dad replies, "I don't believe in tips." And then the guy just says, "asshole," as he's walking off. And it's like, you could have any line of dialogue there. You could turn that into a good throwaway joke, and yet you just choose to have him call him an asshole. I mean, you know, with everything going on in the world and technology everywhere, and you know you're an outlier, I mean, even something like fair enough would have been better, you know? But instead he's an asshole. It's like, fuck off. Use your imagination. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fair enough isn't even very good, and I thought of it in a half second, and it's better than that, you know? Fuck these people, Evan. Fuck them.
Yeah, this movie's not good. It's very sad because I wanted it to be good. It had the kind of like Gonzo plot plus Sam Rockwell that I feel like could have been very successful if the underlying screenplay or editing could have supported that.
You know what? You said Gonzo, which I know is like a genre. But I'm thinking, what if this were The Muppets Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and Sam Rockwell's character was played by Gonzo, and it were 40 minutes shorter, and it was good?
Yep. That's a movie I'd watch.
Yeah, you got Gonzo being like, guys, I think pretty sure there's a homeless guy up here on the roof with a knife. And then one of the chickens is like,
that's a good Gonzo impression.
Thank you. And then the chicken, who's his favorite chicken? What's her name? Camilla is like, and then Camilla's like, and he's like, no, we got to find another way to go, you know, or whatever. I love that Gonzo always knows what Camilla is saying.
Yeah, that always cracks me up. Yeah, and he could break the fourth wall in an entertaining way with the audience. Yeah. That would work.
Yeah, I mean, and Kermit could be the Michael Pena character, you know? And like, I just touched the kid's phone. I can't do a Kermit even remotely.
Yeah, I didn't mean to touch his phone.
Yeah. The screen. And then, you know, of course, Zazie Bates would be Piggy, you know? Yep. I mean, and here's the other thing. You said earlier when we mentioned Michael Pena the first time, you know, kind of a thankless role. And yeah, thankless role for him. Thankless role for Zazie Bates. They're both, I've always liked Michael Pena. And it's just like,
he's so fucking good from the moment. The first thing I saw him in to like, he's excellent in everything.
He's always so good. And he's so, like, his performances are so diverse and varied. He can play anything that I have seen. Everything I've seen him do, I'm like, he pulls it off, you know?
Yep.
He plays the cop in that terrible Jake Gyllenhaal movie. I think it's called End of Watch.
Yeah, he's great in that.
And he's so good. He plays the guy who goes to prison for murder he didn't commit in The Lincoln Lawyer, the Matthew McConaughey one. And he's so good in that because you watch him over the course of like 3 scenes go from being a normal dude who's just like in this terrible situation to a fucking hardened criminal, or, you know, hardened, I guess not criminal but inmate. I mean, he's just so good. Yeah. And I haven't seen a lot of
delightful in Ant-Man, the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't seen a lot of Zazie Bates, but every time I've seen her, I'm like, she's got something. I don't know. I like watching her, you know? I wish that, you know, she was in movies other than like fucking Joker, but what are you going to do? So this is just
frustrating.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, good
Disappointing.
Lord.
Disappointing. I don't remember what combinations of words it used at the beginning, but I meant to crack a joke that it sounded like lyrics to a was it a Robert Palmer song? I was thinking like, your methods are inscrutable.
That's right. This movie is despicable. Bum, bum.
It's really contemptible.
Yeah, the screenplay is contemptible. Bum, bum. Sam Rockwell was good to me, but now I find him so fucking contemptible. He was so fine, but now he just acts in shitty films. Yeah. I think I told you this already, but my review on Letterboxd of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is just Sam Rockwell once again using his considerable talent for evil, not good. So
yeah, it really does feel that way.
Yeah.
I just feel like he wants to be good in literally everything that he's in. He's always giving up. I don't think I've ever seen Sam Rockwell going halfway on anything. He's all in on it. It's just a matter of like, does he have the director, does he have directorial support? Is the screenplay any good? Those are, I think, highly variable on whether he's going to be successful or not.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately he's miscast a lot. Not that he's bad. It's not like when you miscast John Malkovich and then you get him being in a different movie from everyone else.
Yeah.
It's just like Sam Rockwell has really, I mean, he can do anything. And he has really fine dramatic chops. But he always ends up playing these characters that have a dramatic purpose, but they use comedy for everything. Like, the 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, I think that's what it's called. And, he plays like a racist asshole piece of shit cop. Of course, he won the Academy Award for that. I saw somebody like a couple of weeks ago call him underrated on Reddit. And then I was going to write this, but then the next comment was literally, dude, he's an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not underrated. That's for sure.
I feel like, maybe he just wants to play roles that are like a little wacky. Maybe that's what he's into. I don't know. But then you see
that way.
Yeah. But then you see something like Moon, which is a drama, but it does have comedic moments. But it's a serious drama, and he's exceptional in it. I just, every time I see him now in a new thing, or I see his name pop up, I'm just kind of like, I just know I'm not going to like it. Yeah,
he was great in the most recent season of White Lotus. He was in a couple episodes of that, and he was terrific.
Oh, I actually saw one scene because who was watching it? It must have been Joan, because she likes White Lotus. But yeah, because I've never like watched it. I only like know who the cast is.
Talk about something that I feel is incredibly overrated. I've
okay.
watched all seasons of it and been like, I don't get why people are as obsessed with this show as they are.
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, I love talking to you about this kind of stuff because every time I'm like, it's one of those shows I should watch. You're like, I've seen it. It's only all right.
I watch a lot. I do, as much as I talk about movies, listeners, I watch a lot of TV that I don't tell you about. A lot of TV. Like recently, sorry to go on a tangent, but we'll be like working and watching TV, so we'll throw on shit that we don't care as much about, and we've been working our way through all of the Netflix Harlan Coben shows. So I watched like so many of those, and there's such varying quality. Like sometimes they're like pretty good with like a twist. I was like, shit, I didn't see that coming. And then a lot of times it's like it's utterly forgettable. It's just total crap. But we've kind of like fallen into a subgenre of enjoying like British cop shows as a result of it.
Do you ever watch? What's the one about the doctor who can't look at blood? Because he's afraid of blood. Like he's a doctor, so he can deal with blood. But then he has like an accident or like a particularly traumatic case, and so he can't like be a doctor anymore, so he becomes like a crime fighter or like a detective, but like an unlicensed one.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, I don't know it.
Doc Martin. There you go.
To check that one out.
I think that's a BBC show. Yeah, I like me, I love a good cop show. Yeah, I should watch that. Everyone's always telling me to watch the one that Idris Elba did. I think it's called Luther.
A lot of people really like that. I haven't had a chance to see that yet.
Yeah, I've never. But you know how I am about TV shows. I'll watch a season or two and be like, yeah, that's good. I should finish this, and then I don't. Yeah. So to deal with that, I have just stopped watching TV series.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's also probably
a fun one to get your.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say a fun one to get your take on would be that Netflix has a show out called His and Hers with Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal. I'd be curious to see what your take is on that, particularly if you're going to guess the twist that comes at the end of that one, because I was like, what?
I like me some Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
John Bernthal, I'm kind of, lukewarm on him.
What's his name is also in that. Pablo Schreiber, isn't it?
Oh, he's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list of Sam Rockwell movies from this one, which is his most recent, and going back. And there's just so many movies I haven't seen. But the reason I haven't seen them is because I look at them and I'm like, there's no fucking way I will enjoy this.
Yeah. I think the last movie that I enjoyed him in, of like things I didn't see, things I saw, was Richard Jewell. I thought he was actually really great in Richard Jewell.
That's probably, I'm guessing, a dramatic performance.
Yes.
Yeah. The last thing I remember seeing him in is See How They Run. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I don't remember like.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's the weird 1950s cop movie. Yeah, with I think that isn't it
Saoirse
the Irish
Ronan's in it with him.
Saoirse Ronan. That's right. Yeah, I really like her, and I remember watching this and being like, she's fine, but this movie is dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of interested in seeing Fosse Verdon, but then I was just like, I don't know, man. It's like 6 hours long, and so I don't know. Anyway, Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell making choices I don't agree with, which he couldn't give a shit about, probably. So
no, probably not.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever seen an interview with him? Is he a normal dude or is he a weirdo?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually seen any interviews with him. I could see him being kind of a normal-ish person.
Normal adjacent, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should look this up now. Is Sam Rockwell normal?
I'm going way back into his early career. I knew he was in the Soup because I've seen that. Light Sleeper. I don't remember him in Light Sleeper. I don't remember him in Basquiat. So I've seen a lot of his earlier stuff. I've actually seen. He's in The Green Mile, but I've never seen The Green Mile. I knew he was in
I've
Charlie's Angels.
Yep. Hitchhiker's Guide. He's in that.
Well, maybe I should.
Galaxy Quest. That's a great movie.
I have never seen it.
You've never seen it? Oh, Galaxy Quest is amazing.
I know everybody says it's great and that Sigourney Weaver's great and Alan Rickman is great, but I got 2 words for you, Evan.
Tim Allen?
Tim fucking Allen. No, thank you, you jackboot motherfucker. Also, because he got busted for dealing drugs and ratted out all of his drug buddies so he could get a reduced sentence. Fuck that guy. Yeah, he was a drug dealer in his previous life.
Yeah, no, I've seen the famous mugshot of him with the stash from the 70s when he was.
I mean, the mustache actually does look pretty good on him. I will give him that. So, well, do you have any final thoughts on whatever the fuck this movie's called? Good luck, have fun, don't die.
I mean that I don't think we mentioned that that's what they say to each other inside the AI game that everyone's addicted to. Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Right.
I think that's the only thing we forgot to mention, which is
they say
all
it
right,
as
I guess.
They say it as a greeting and as a sign off, which as a greeting, I have to say it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But okay.
Right. Yeah, as a sign off. I think someone said that's not like one of the tip offs too. It's somebody says that and then he's like, "Oh, great, we didn't actually succeed." Fuck.
Oh, is that what it is? He hears someone say that? I thought he just figured it out because he's like, this sunset's too perfect. You know?
Yeah, no, I think it was that, but I think that was one of the tip offs, if not the initial tip off that everything was not all fixed.
Oh yeah. I also just want to mention that they get rid of Michael Pena and Zazie Bates like 40 minutes before the movie ends because they're like, we're going to sacrifice ourselves and the teens are going to run after us.
Yeah.
And then they cheat and they're alive at the end. They got into like the back of a station wagon and have been having sex all night. And it's like, I simultaneously sort of appreciate that that's what they were doing instead of, this dumb adventure, but also it's kind of cheap that you put 2 big name people in it and like, because that they're not going to kill them off because who they are. At every person who
Right.
gets killed in this movie, this is an actor you've never seen before. So
Right. And you see them die.
Right. And you see them die. This is like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is more like the Fast and Furious thing where nobody ever dies and they just keep coming back. So yeah. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say. I shouted this episode. I moved away from the microphone and I shouted. So
yeah, I think there's some stuff to shout about here.
So bad. So bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we also typically come to the end and say see it or don't see it. I think it sounds like we would both say don't see this one.
I would say don't fucking see this one. I would say find whatever copies of this exist on whatever hard drive and assume that hard drive is the original hard drive from which all copies are produced and just destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. My bad. My bad for not liking another movie.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
I think the bar ate us this time. And I didn't even get any of some of that good sarsaparilla out of it either. So
I know. It's a shame.
What a bummer. All right. Well, that's that, everybody. That's this week's Spoiler Piece Theater. I want to apologize. You know what, though? We watch bad movies so that we can tell you to avoid them.
Right.
And you hopefully find some kind of entertainment, dare I say, joy from me getting so angry about it that I almost have a stroke mid-show. So... But seriously, Evan, what kind of world are we living in where this is a movie that people are like, yeah, Gore Verbinski, you haven't made a movie since 2016. This is your comeback feature.
Not much of a comeback. Let's not call it a comeback.
Yeah, no shit. All right, so that's the show. We already told, I mean, in case you missed us actually say it because you just decided to go to the bathroom, don't see this fucking thing. I want to thank our sponsor piece patron. I made an actual physical note to myself before the show to thank Heather before we got into everything, and I forgot to do it again. So Heather, thank you. I'm sorry for being our sponsor piece patron. Our show is edited by the great Otto Clammer. Otto, thank you for doing the editing each week. We couldn't at this point, I don't even know if I could, edit an episode. So thank you for doing it. I
wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah. You can find Spoiler Piece Theater anywhere you get podcasts. Our website is spoilerpiece.com. On social media, we're Spoiler Piece Theater on Facebook. We're at Spoiler Piece on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads. And I kind of forgot to do social media last week. So I will get that done this week, everybody. I know you're waiting with bated breath. If you would like to email us, we're spoilerpiece@gmail.com. Drop us a note. Defending Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear it.
If you convince us that your argument is one worth listening to, we will address it on next show, and I will send you a $20 gift card for, I don't know, what 50s diner do you like? There you go.
There's literally a place around here called the 60s Diner.
Well, I'm going. If you like the show, please rate and review us by going to ratethispodcast.com/spoilerpiece, or you can rate us directly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That really helps us out. And if you really, really like the show, please consider joining our Patreon. This week, as I mentioned at the top, we discussed the really nifty little thriller Relay with Riz Ahmed and Lily James. That was a lot of fun. We had fun talking about it. That's over on the Patreon. And like I said at the top, I will say again at the bottom, my name is Dave Riedel. I do movie type stuff. I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, and on social media, I'm everywhere except for Twitter as Dave Sees Movies. And on Blue Sky, I'm David M. Reel.
And my name is Evan Crean. I am co-chair of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, co-author of Your 80s Movie Guide to Better Living, and co-host of the It's the Pictures podcast. You can follow me on social media as Real Recon, and that's real as in film reel.
That is real as in film reel. And you know what I just thought of, Evan?
What's that?
This movie should actually, you know how like last week we're like, whistle, don't blow it. And then we were like, they blew it. So this movie should be called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Don't See It. So there you go.
Love it.
See you next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.